Hey guys, what's going on? Watomarmelon here today, and unfortunately I've been sick for the past week or so, but I'm starting to feel a lot better, so decided I would make a video. So today we have another market watch. I am more so just going to be looking at prices live and seeing, what sort of stuff I think, because prices have been going down quite considerably. So starting it off, we're noticing that Dark Magician Girl Ghost Rare already back down to 260 market price, which doesn't look good. As I said before, these sorts of ghosts from the past, ghost rares, are a little bit dangerous to be this low, because these sort of serve as the highest possible that casual collectors are going to pay for modern cards. And so why would you pay $300 for a Starlight Rare when you can get a Blue Eyes White Dragon Ghost Rare SDK artwork for $175. It just doesn't make sense, and so I think it's a little bit dangerous to have prices on these things fall out so much, because no one's going to be buying anything else besides these things in the future. I'm oversimplifying it a bit, but I think it's a little bit dangerous when you have stuff like that. Next product I wanted to look for was Speed Duel. There's a new box that's going to be announced for 2023. I actually really like these products, although these singles out of this product aren't performing particularly well. Not a big deal, but something to look at, because the first one did do quite well, although I will say that it did take a considerable amount of time for the singles within here to appreciate. So nothing crazy going on here, but I guess that's to be expected. Look at Dimension Force a little bit at the Starlight Rares. You have this one, Pedestal Coverture. This one is interesting because Japanese collectors are actually interested in this one. This didn't have a Starlight or a prismatic counterpart in the OCG, so this is a pretty interesting card if you can get it to Japan and sell on those websites, because it was never printed to the same capacity. I think it had a super rare in the OCG. Maybe that was highest rarity, maybe it was an ultra rare, but it didn't go very high. So that's something to note. Another thing to note, we'll look at Chaos Emperor. So another modern card that I really liked in the past, it actually seems to be performing a little, there's a little bit of an uptick over here over the past month. It's, starting to rebound a little bit, but this is a prize card reprint. We see that there are a bunch of sales at 55 that occurred over the past couple of days. There are some listed at 48. So this is a cool card. I think this is well worth having if you're a collector, because the prize card's always going to be super expensive and a little bit difficult to attain, especially the ultra rare one is always going to be a little bit of a pain to try and get. Something else I want to look at. I'm going to look at some Elemental Heroes, because they have some of those products coming out, and also I'm just generally interested to see how heroes are performing. Yeah, I mean, there aren't going to be a lot of sales on these things because of how rare they are and how much they cost. So it looks like it's been over a month since the last sale of Shining Flare. Also, when it comes to TCG player, looking at these rare, harder to find cards, it's not a great indicator of what the actual market price for these things are. So Elemental Hero Stratus Starlight Rare is at 241 right now, and then you see the ulti for a little more than half that. That's something that I'm not sure I agree with. You have this reprint Starlight that's somehow significantly outperforming the ulti, although I will say that they're printed not too far away from each other. So I don't know. I don't know if you're a collector whether you'd go for the Ultimate or Starlight in this instance. You see more ultimate rares. For whatever reason, Thunder Giant seems like there's so many more of that than all the other ultra ultimates out of Elemental Energy. That's interesting to see. Elemental Energy, oh, that's out of Lost Millennium. That's why I'm an idiot. So we'd have to compare it to Lost Millennium ultimate rares. The Flame Wingman one isn't going to be very high up because of all the UDE fakes that I'm sure people are selling. Well, I don't know about fake, but illegitimate card is probably a better way to describe it. So another one to look up that I've been eyeing. Actually, let's look at all the Lost Arts. Lost Arts promotion. So, yeah, Monster Reborn, not a ton of listings there. The skill drains, I'm assuming, are going to go down because there's now an ultimate rare printing of that card. Soul Drain, that's a pretty cool looking art, I will say. Harpy Queen. A lot of just random stuff over here. Nothing really that I'm writing home about. Nothing too crazy. The card that I'm really surprised at how low it is, but I think they probably overprinted it. You know, that's the only way I can rationalize the low price on Gemini Elf. I've talked about this one before. Seems like there are a couple people picking them up today during bonus bucks, but you know, you can get them for around $3, and to me that's pretty crazy that you get the lost art of Gemini Elf for so cheap. This is a card that I have stacks of myself, and I think it's pretty easy to sell, so I don't know. You know, maybe we'll see more of this card in the future, but until then, we'll have to see. Oh, going back. So the Exodia ones are also pretty interesting because, you know, there aren't too many sets of Exodia out there. There are a lot of printings of the head, but there aren't many, you know, sets. I don't know a good way of saying this, but sets where all 5 of the pieces are printed. There aren't many of those in a nice holofoil, and the Lost Art does provide a pretty nice avenue to get an entire set. You can see that the head's around 25 for near mint. Actually, I'm going to look at the different Exodia printings. That's a little bit interesting. So, we see that there's the beginner's pack. That's very niche. Dark Legends, ultra rare, another niche one. You've got Yuki's World. That's an interesting one. Master Collection, obviously. Retro Pack 1, no sales on that. El Dorado. El Dorado has really taken a tumble. I mean, this ultra rare, or you know, this premium gold rare is really not hard to get. I wonder if they're going to do another maximum gold this year. I can't see it happening because of how much maximum gold El Dorado flopped. I don't even think that this set is that, you know, boring to open up. It's just that it had a lot of good reprints, but other than Axis Code Talker, which is a very playable card, I don't know, you know, where the value is supposed to come from. These collectibles are just way too abundant to be, you know, something that collectors are really, you know, falling over each other trying to get. I mean, it's a really cool artwork, but I think it's a mistake for how easy the premium gold rare is to get. I think they should have made it much more difficult to actually get the premium gold. That's just my opinion, but I don't know. I'm a bit surprised with how easy they made it to get. You can see that Red Eyes right here, it's kind of, you know, relatively volatile, but still not really changing in much price. Over the past 3 months, 6 months, you see a decline, and then certainly over the past year, this thing is taken quite the tumble. You can get these for $3. That's kind of crazy for what it is, but I don't know, in the new market, who knows what is reasonable and what's not. Another card I want to look at is the Ghost Rare out of Duels from the Deep. Yeah, $30. I mean, Ghost Rares are just, they don't really hold any value. They are just getting killed as a result of Ghosts from the Past. Like $30 for this card. Let's look up some of the Zexal ones. When we look at some of the Zexal cards, I mean, you can get this. Someone bought a near mint for 35 on limb, 73 first ed. I mean, man, that's tough. Seeing near mint on limbs for 24. Let's see what I can find here. Yeah, 26. These things really are struggling. This is a card I've looked at as well. Ultimate Rare Utopia. Looks like it's rebounded a little bit. I mean, $20, man. That's, you know, that's really not a whole lot. So we'll see where Utopia ends up. That's one that I might eye. At $20 is actually isn't the worst pickup. Maybe I'll pick some up with bonus bucks, but honestly, I'm just trying to thin out my inventory, so I'm not. I bought like $600 worth today, but I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna pick up any more because that's a lot of stuff that I was already planning to buy. I was just waiting for there to be bonus bucks. But regardless, this was kind of a scatterbrained one. Just wanted to do a quick update. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you guys are new, all that sort of stuff. It's been your boy Watomarmelon, and peace out.